Yeah, let's look into that, the Googlebook, because this is a product I am going to buy. So let's look into this. It's the return of. There's been rumors, in the past few months. We did get word that they are releasing a new quote unquote Pixelbook, and that's why you see here. I think they changed the name to Googlebook, whatever. They're almost as bad as Qualcomm with these naming things. They change names every 5 minutes. But yeah, we got word that the device that they are going to release, a new laptop, is essentially going to be. We thought it was going to be Pixelbook. It looks like it's now going to be called Googlebook. But the cool thing about this is they're not really going to skimp out on specs. This is not going to be your typical school Chromebook. Like if you have a little kid, they use Chromebooks in these schools. Very cheap, very sluggish. Just they just it's crap. Quite honestly, this is not going to be that. This is going to be. They're going to shoot for the stars on this one. They want the same high quality premium build hardware that the Pixels use. So I think you're going to see a very, very nice looking laptop that's going to run aluminum OS, the new operating system that's going to merge Android and Chrome together. So it should be a very fluent, very fast, speedy, snappy operating system. Cool thing about this is they're going to allow all the apps that are available on the Android Play Store to essentially run parallel and or run like on your phone on this new laptop. So very, very cool. Let's try it. Google Book and see what pops up. So here we go. Google announces its Chromebook successor designed for Gemini intelligence. Now, I don't know if many of you use AI. I like to shit on AI because a lot of it's just nonsense, right? Like a lot of it's not used. It's just for show. Oh, look, we can do this. Oh, cool, we can do that. But nobody uses this on a daily basis. I actually use Gemini AI and whatever is associated with that quite frequently. So I guess I am a AI user, but not like feature rich, like phone based AI, like adding a beard on my face or taking my beard away, or all that crazy stuff, all the feature AI. I actually use the Gemini AI, the Chrome based AI, quite a bit, right, for writing, helping me build a letter for customers, ideas. And it looks like this is going to be interesting because I don't really know where this is going to go as far as the operating system. It's going to be AI based, Gemini based. So, I mean, I guess it could be worse. We just don't really know. We just don't have a lot of concrete evidence and or visuals to go off of to see what this is going to look like. I don't know if you're going to be able to sideload APKs onto here. Again, it will be Android based, Chromium based, I believe. Let's find out. So they announced their Chromebook successor today, the Googlebook. This thing's cool. It's going to have a little LED strip. You see on the lid right there? It's going to have a little light that lights up there on the lid. Google has a new operating system and a new laptop platform, but no hardware just yet. We're going to get into the potential hardware they could use, though. Let's see here. So this will be designed to succeed the Chromebooks with something more capable, something that has some oomph behind it, something with that feels good when you say it. Whenever I think of Chromebook, whenever I say Chromebook, I always think of those crappy elementary school Chromebooks, the ones that have like 4 gigs of RAM, the ones that you can't, you're kind of limited to what you can do, especially if you, media wise. Of course, you can get on YouTube, but what if you want to connect a camera up to it like I have? What if you want to connect a microphone up to it? What if, you want to run an external monitor? Like, I know a couple of Chromebooks did do that, more specifically the Samsung Galaxy Chromebook. But I think it's time for Google to graduate to something else. Now, I still anticipate them to keep a Chromebook or two around for elementary schools. Google has made a killing getting into these schools. Now, unless they've said something, again, I haven't really been paying attention to the news today. Unless they say something that they're going to stop Chromebooks and roll right into these Google books, I get it, but I would anticipate them to still release a couple. Look, those, as much fun as we make of these cheap Chromebooks, they do make a decent profit off of these, right? We've all seen like Acer Chromebooks. Who There's a bunch of these little companies that make, I say little, that make these Chromebooks. But let's see. It's going to be based on a fusion of Android and Chrome OS, this new operating system. It's Aluminum OS, as I mentioned before. And are we going to get any visuals here? It will, I guess these are official pictures, right? It looks like it. Wow, so are these official pictures? It is images from Google. So there you have the Googlebook branding, or instead of the Windows, the Start Windows button, you're going to have the G button. I'm assuming that's going to go to Gemini. You have an HDMI connector. You have Type-C. You have 3.5 millimeter connection. Does it give us the other side? Damn it. So I would expect them to put on the other side, probably, I would like to see 2 more Type-C ports on the other side. So a total of 3 Type-C ports, an HDMI, and you have a audio out. That's what I would like to see. I think Type-A, even though some Type-A ports still come on some laptop machines, at some point we have to move on from Type-A. I'd love to see more Type-C, and I hope they are Thunderbolt. I don't know if the powertrain, the CPU choice they use will, I guess, determine if Thunderbolt will be used on there, but we can sure hope and wish, right? That would be nice to see Thunderbolt on there, at least 1 or 2 Thunderbolts. Maybe that third one is just a Type 3, I don't know, Gen 2 or something like that would be cool. But this looks pretty nice. I expect them to release this, I think, when they release the Pixels. So I believe they're going to release this in August, right alongside the Pixels. I think so. Nothing set in stone. We don't have any leaks. That's just kind of predicting the timeline as we've kind of gone on. I think they're going to release this when the Pixels come out. Now, what would you like to see powering it? So I would like to, and I'm assuming this is Aluminum OS. No, this is shaking the cursor to access Gemini and to use visualize together. No idea why it mirrors the fake band image and makes the guitarist southpaw. What the hell is going on here? Huh. So it does look like, a mixture of Windows, Chrome OS, and Android because of the applications. Interesting. This is my first time seeing this. No way. You'll be able to create widgets? That is dope. Oh, that is sweet. I can do my sports widgets, my Android, my news widgets. That is pretty freaking cool. Sports countdown clocks. That is really, really cool. Let's see here. You can pair. I'm assuming it would be foolish of them not to pair your phone. Have a quick and easy pair to whatever device you're using. So it looks like you'll be able to select that phone icon down there. It'll screencast to whatever's on your display of your device. Let's see what else we got here. And of course, messaging, connections, email, Gmail. What else you got down there? You got files, you got YouTube. Interesting. So it does look like Chrome OS, though. I don't know if many of y'all have used Chromebooks. It looks pretty similar to Chrome OS now that I think about it. So I hope it's not too janky. That's the thing. Yeah, I have a hard time paying a lot of money for a Chromebook because it is pretty freaking basic. The Galaxy Chromebook I had, if you go back on my channel at the very beginning, I know I had a red Galaxy Chromebook when those first came out. Those were expensive, $800. That's too much for a Chromebook. We'll move on, but one thing that I would like to see this powered by is by the new Qualcomm Snapdragon X. If the Elite's probably pushing it, the second gen of the Qualcomm ARM chipset. I think the Elite is kind of pushing it, but I would like to see the base model, the Plus model. That's, I think, one of my favorites. Of course, we all love the power, the Snapdragon X Elite, because I had the first gen, I had the Elite, but in one laptop, but I also had the Plus model in another laptop. And I almost prefer the Plus because you get all the benefits of an ARM chipset, long battery life, very long battery life, and that's the bonus that I like over the Elite model. The Elite model, you still get good battery life, but the Plus was very long battery life, and it's very snappy, very quick. And, you get the same feeling of when you use your phone, because there's a difference when you use your phone and you use a laptop. Laptop's just a little slower, right, than a phone. Well, when you use a laptop or a computer on an ARM chipset, it's blazing fast. That's the first thing I noticed was when I'm using an ARM chipset, the Snapdragon X chipset, it's blazing fast. It was like using a phone. So that's what I'm kind of hoping they lean towards. Of course, they could go, I guess all options are on the table, but I would like to see them stick with ARM since Android is specifically designed for ARM chipsets like our phones. I think it'll work best on ARM. So it looks like they're going to work with some partners as well. So it's not just going to be Google putting out a Googlebook. You're going to see companies like Acer, Asus, Dell, HP, Lenovo are also going to make premium laptops with this new aluminum OS operating system. So it's not just going to be from Google. You'll have Lenovo put out their version, HP put out their version. So I'm really interested to see where this goes. I'm getting one for sure. I am absolutely getting one. I just don't know which one yet. But I'm getting one. I love these things. So I would like to see the next generation of these devices. X2 Elite. Damn, did I say X? Well, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what I meant. The ones I had was the first gen X Elite, but yes, the X2 Elite. Thank you for the correction. I think that one, and they might do it. I don't know, but I prefer the Plus, but because that's going to jack the price up. You see what I'm saying? But if they want to make a premium device and they want to make it $1,000, might as well, right? I just hope they make a couple of different models like a lot of these companies are doing. They'll put the X2 Plus and then the X2 Elite. There's a good few $100 variation in the MSRP though. So we'll have to wait and see.